The enemy of my enemy is my friend. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. All warfare is based on deception. The supreme quality for leadership is unquestionably integrity. Without it, no real success is possible, no matter whether it is on a section gang, a football field, in an army, or in an office. If you want to make peace, you don't talk to your friends. You talk to your enemies. The supreme art of war is to win without fighting. The best victory is when the opponent surrenders of its own accord before there are any actual hostilities. It is best to win without fighting. The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. No plan survives contact with the enemy. In war, truth is the first casualty. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. The general who wins the battle makes many calculations in his temple before the battle is fought. The general who loses makes but few calculations beforehand. The object of war is not to die for your country but to make the other bastard die for his. The wise warrior avoids the battle. You must not fight too often with one enemy, or you will teach him all your tricks of war. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. The opportunity to secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. The clever combatant imposes his will on the enemy, but does not allow the enemy's will to be imposed on him. In war, there are no unwounded soldiers. The greatest warrior is not he who wins every battle, but he who wins without fighting. A good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan executed next week. The quality of decision is like the well-timed swoop of a falcon which enables it to strike and destroy its victim. There is no avoiding war. It can only be postponed to the advantage of others. The best defense is a good offense. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot, will be victorious. All war is a symptom of man's failure as a thinking animal. One may know how to conquer without being able to do it. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. The best victory is when the opponent surrenders of its own accord before there are any actual hostilities. It is best to win without fighting. Hope for your support in the form of likes and comments. Thank you for watching.